Oh, hello, Lolly. Come in.
Bat, you're going to Toledo tomorrow, aren't you?
Yes, I'm covering the Willard Dempsey fight for the paper.
Will you put this on Dempsey for me? All I've got. $50.
$50 on Dempsey? Are you crazy? Willard will make hash out of him in the second round.
Oh, no, he won't. I dreamed last night that Dempsey won.
Oh, you did you? Well, dream on, sister. He has about as much chance of winning as you have of becoming a featured writer.
Bat, do you think the boss would let me go to Toledo with you?
I don't think he would, Luella Parsons. You stick to your movie column and let Bat attend to the fights.
Don't forget my bet.
Oh, come in, Mr. Walton. Here's someone that wants to meet you, Bat. This is Mr. Percy Walton of Pittsburgh. Maybe you've read some of his Western novels.
How do you do, sir? Sit down.
This is a privilege, Mr. Masterson. You're one of the greatest marshals the West ever saw. And believe me, I ought to know. It is my business to write about the West.
I'm afraid I'm a little behind in my Western literature. You know, we used to have a deadline in Dodge City, but sometimes I think it's tougher to keep the one we have here in the newspaper.
Too bad you can't keep it with a gun. That brings me to the reason for my visit. I'm a collector of the guns of famous peace officers, and I'd like one of yours. If possible, the one you used to clean up Dodge City.
Well, the truth is, I haven't one.
It's a great disappointment. My collection can't be complete without Bat Masterson's gun.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Walton.
Maybe we better leave him to his deadline.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Masterson.
Goodbye, sir.
Bat, I can't believe that a marshal with your record gave away his guns after hanging them up.
I didn't give them away, and I didn't hang them up.
Well, then what did you do with them?
The one I had, I buried
Buried?
in Boot Hill. Oh, that was 50 years ago.
Okay.
Mr. Wilkinson in?
No, he ain't. I think he's over at the Alhambra.
Where's that?
Just across the street. The biggest honky-tonk in town.
Thank you very much. Pardon me, I'd like a beer. I'm looking for Mr. Wilkinson, the editor of the Globe. They told me at the paper I'd find him here.
Inky's in that poker game.
Which is he? I don't know.
That's Inky Wilkinson in the soft hat, sitting next to the mayor, Doug Kelly.
Thank you.
You stole that pot, dog. You stole that pot. As I was saying, when a town gets incorporated, innocent bystanders has a right to protection on the street.
If an innocent bystander has legitimate business in the line of fire, it's murder. Otherwise, it's an accident. That's the law in the state of Kansas.
Well, that looks like it don't protect him till he's dead, Judge.
Legally, there ain't no such thing as an innocent bystander before he's dead, Doc.
Then that ain't good enough. We got women and children in Dodge City now, and respectable citizens. We even got a church going.
Hello, 5.
Raising 20.
20. Stink.
Anytime Bob Wright raises 20, it's time for 4 aces to hunt the holes.
I'll stay.
Yes, stay. Pardon me, Mr. Wilkinson?
Yeah, that's me.
Mr. Wilkinson, if you're a bill collector. Hey, Wilkinson, if you want to place some paid advertising.
Could I see you a moment in private?
Are you aware, sir, that you're interrupting the proceedings of a legally convened session of the Dodge City Common Council?
No, I'm not.
Which is the fact, my friend. There are weighty matters before us. I'll stay for time.
See me after the meeting's over, son.
Thank you.
Much a pleasure, gents.
Whiskey and Bronco.
How's everything, babe?
Well, here's the first red eye we've seen in 3 months.
Asking for trouble in this town, are you?
Well, you've got it. Get that Yankee face out of my sight. Take it down.
Sure. No offense, man. This picture's hung here for years. General Grant gave it personally to Dave Ashley.
Who might this actually be?
I am, Reb. The marshal of Dodge City.
Is here your picture?
Yes.
Now pick it up and wipe it clean. Pick it up. Now wipe it clean.
Ain't you Bat Masterson, the kid that fitted over walls?
Hello, Buffalo. Last time I saw you, you were chewing a Kiowa's ear off.
Doggone my hide, I hardly knew you in them store clothes. Gents, you're looking at the fightingest man you ever see in all your life. Bat, old Sharp just saying hello. 700 Kiowas cuts 24 of us adobe walls. But we fit 'em off. Here, Bat Masterson, just as Savory was then, killed more Indians than the 7th Cavalry could have done. Come on, Sullivan.
Wait a minute, Buffalo. So you're Bat Masterson. Well, I heard Billy Dixon tell about you at Adobe Walls. What are you doing in Dodge City, Bat?
I came to ask Mr. Wilkinson for a job on his newspaper.
A job on my paper.
Yes, I haven't much experience, but I'd like to learn the newspaper business.
Come over to my table, Bat. You got a job all right, but not on any paper. Gentlemen, this is Bat Masterson. I move you be elected Marshal of Dodge City. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You're elected.
I'd rather work on your newspaper.
My boy, you'll be saved from a fate worse than death. Look what the newspaper business did to me.
We need a man like you right now. We'll need him worse when King Kennedy's outfit gets here.
You're a tough crowd, all right. I nearly had a job on the Ellsworth Herald. Only Kennedy's men ran the editor out of town.
Holy mackerel, what'd they run him out of town for?
Writing?
My boy, you've got printer's ink in your veins. I'm hiring you.
Inky, you're not hiring any private marshal when the town's got none.
Yeah, not while I hold a mortgage on your paper.
Definitely no.
Well, it looks like you're not going in the newspaper business as long as King Kennedy and his outfit's in these parts.
Then I guess I'll take the marshal's job.
Good for you, Bat. Here's Ashley's badge. You saw for yourself it was worn by a man who never backed away. Gents, a drink to the new marshal. Well, this is an honor, Reverend. Meet up with the Reverend Samuel Small. This is Bat Masterson, Reverend.
How do you do, Reverend?
Preachingest parson you ever heard. Can take the skin off in the sinner quicker than a bullwhip can take the hide off in a mule.
Excuse this interruption, Mr. Mayor, but I've called on behalf of the ladies of the church.
Well, anything we can do for the ladies, Reverend, name it.
It seems that some of them, Easterners of course, were a little nervous at the presence of certain characters, Indians no doubt, who attended the service last Sunday.
Suffering snakes, parson. There wasn't no reason why them women folks should be nervous. If one of them Indians had let out a whoop, I'd have brained him with his own hatchet.
Mr. Mayor, the ladies would be happier if a peace officer could be present at the services.
Well, we aim to please the ladies, God bless them. Bat, tomorrow being Sunday, it looks like your first job as Marshal of Dodge City is going to church. Of course, anything you put in the plate will be on the town.
I'll bear that in mind. See you tomorrow, Reverend.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good day, gentlemen.
Well, who's betting?
I think the judge just raised 10.
Who hath woe?
who hath sorrow, who hath contentions, who hath wounds without cause, who hath redness of eyes, he that tarrieth long at the wine, my brethren. Who else hath woe? He that followeth after a fair woman which is without discretion. Hearken unto me therefore, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart incline to her. Stray thou not in her path, for her house is the way to destruction, going down into the chambers of death. Amen. My friends, during the singing of the hymns, you must have noticed, as I did, the golden voice we have among us. I do not know the lady who is seated near to Mr. Masterson, but will she consent to sing an anthem while the offering is being taken out?
You must mean you. I'm Masterson.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Take up the offering, brother.
Sure, Reverend, sure. That little bit of plate ain't no use. Couldn't ante up more than $10 on her, nohow.
Last night I lay a-sleeping, there came a dream so fair. I stood in old Jerusalem, beside the temple there.
Thank you, ma'am. Praise the Lord.
The children singing, and ever as they sang, methought the voice of angels from heaven in answer rang. Methought the voice of angels from heaven in answer rang.
Dig, brother.
Jerusalem, Jerusalem, sing for the night.
Sister Wright?
Is
Thank you, sister. Praise the Lord.
Hosanna in the highest, Hosanna forevermore. Hosanna in the highest, Hosanna
Very nice talk, partner.
May I?
Oh, Mr. Masterson, you've been on my conscience all during the sermon, and I fear that our acquaintanceship must cease.
Cease?
Yes, I don't want to be responsible for you going through life with a permanent squint. My name's Dora Hand.
Bat Masterson. I hope I haven't offended you. But it was the only way I could show you that I would like to know you better without seeming to stare at you.
Oh, I think you hit on a very effective method.
This is your first day in Dodge City.
Yes, how did you guess?
Well, I can tell. And it's also my guess that your father's here buying cattle.
No.
Then you're a school teacher.
No.
You couldn't be an opera singer, could you?
No, I couldn't.
Well, then I give up. What are you?
Well, I could be a dance hall belle looking for a job.
I'm Buffalo Bill.
No, I should say you're probably a surveyor or a railroad agent, a newspaper man.
Funny that you should have said that. You know, I've always wanted to be one, but I'm certainly not a newspaper man now. No, I'm the keeper of the city corral.
Oh, Well, that sounds like a very important job in a cattle town like Dodge.
Moderately important.
I'm afraid I must say goodbye now, and I hope we meet again soon.
I certainly hope so.
Are you a regular churchgoer?
I sure am. Starting today.
We meet again next Sunday. Perhaps sooner, who knows? It's always the unexpected that happens.
A weary-looking vagrant once approached a millionaire. His face was etched with misery, hunger, and despair. The tramp spoke up in words that had an alcoholic slur. Can you let me have $2 for a cup of coffee, sir? The millionaire then struck him down, and the tramp seemed in a pickle, when the wealthy man replied with rage, "Coffee is only a nickel." The tramp stood up and said with pride, in a voice that now was chipper, "I know that coffee is only a nickel, but I'm a heavy tipper."
Oh, Bat. Here she is, Bat. Now, step up on the stage and tell them what's going to be what, Miss Bird.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read to you some ordinances which the council has passed for the keeping of law and order in Dodge City. No riding of horses into any store, saloon, church, or honky-tonk. No firing of guns in any place of public entertainment or worship. No carrying of guns where liquor is served. Guns to be checked at door and not given back until the owner is sober. Wait a minute. No drunkenness or disorderly conduct except on the 4th of July, New Year's, all legal holidays, and evenings preceding the same.
Who do you think's going to enforce them ordinances?
I am. Starting tomorrow.
Oh, hurry, please.
Dora.
Excuse me.
Polly was very appealing to men. They'd look at her, then they'd look once again. All men loved Polly, but Polly loved just one. After they married, she found him untrue. It nearly made her poor heart stop. And when she caught him winking, it drove her to drinking. Polly wasn't drinking, so does Polly. You can't blame Polly, poor Polly. She lost her heart and her troubles began. Poor Polly, you can't blame Polly. Polly said yes to the wrong man. Polly was sad. He was no good, but she wanted him bad. She started brooding while he was having fun.
Isn't she swell in her act? And by the way, she's the most perfect lady I ever met.
Any lady you ever met. Lost her way.
They tried her for the murder, and after they heard her, the foreman of the jury rose and said, "You can't blame Polly, poor Polly. She lost her heart and her troubles began. Poor Polly, you can't blame Polly." Polly said yes to the wrong man.
I want you to meet her, boys. Oh, Daisy, bring some champagne right away.
Champagne. Beer.
Blackburn, Deke Wilkinson, Doc Sears, Bob Wright.
How do you do, sir?
That's it, Daisy, right here.
May I have the honor, ma'am?
That's very sweet of you.
Well, here's your very good health.
And yours. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I think I see a friend.
I'll see you boys later.
It is the unexpected that happens, isn't it?
What are you doing in a place like this?
You saw. What are you doing in a place like this?
He's an honest dealer.
Stack the cards.
You're crazy. I never stacked any.
Who see?
Stack the cards, Loving. I'm collecting. Give me $80 or I'll blow your head off.
Wait a minute, mister. Put your gun away.
Watch out for him, Marshal. It's Darrington Davis. He's a killer.
Put no gun away until I'm paid off. He stacked the cards.
From what I hear, Davis, you killed a dealer in Newton for stacking the cards on you.
Maybe I did.
And one in Abilene and another one in Wichita. Looks like everybody's been stacking the cards on you. You'll not be killing anybody in Dodge.
No?
Dead. You killed him.
Had to be one of us.
He's dead. How can you be so cold-blooded about it? Is your arm hurt?
Yes, he grazed me.
Take Bat to my room, Miss Dora. Do what you can for his arm until Doc Sears gets there.
No matter what you say, Marshal, your job is just plain killing.
My job is to stop killings.
I thought I could face anything. But to see a human life snuffed out is dreadful. My hands are still trembling.
They are, aren't they? Dora, you know what goes on around here.
Yes?
Well, why are you in a place like this?
Because I'm not content with just a living. I want a life.
You don't have to be here. You could go anywhere.
No, that's a mistake. That's what I thought, too, but I'll need some more bandage. I'll get it in my room.
Oh, here's the marshal, Reverend. I had a little accident, but nothing of any account.
Will you take charge of this money, Marshal Masterson? $211.10. It was collected under threat of armed violence at this morning's services.
Armed violence, Reverend? That's hard to believe.
It was hard for me to believe, too, Marshal. I thought there had been a great outpouring of the spirit. Till Sister Wright told me Mr. Burns held a pistol under his hat while making the collection.
Reverend, I'm afraid you're still a tenderfoot. Of course Buffalo hid a gun under his hat.
Indeed, Mr. Masterson. Why?
It's an old frontier custom to conceal weapons in church. Isn't it, Mayor?
One of the oldest, Marshal.
You mean that?
Oh, one of the very oldest, Reverend.
Sure.
But the amount collected was unusual. Most unusual.
Preached a pretty powerful sermon, Reverend.
It never brought such results before.
Then there was the singing.
Ah, yes, Mr. Masterson. That may be responsible for it. We must not discount the singing. Truly inspiring. Well, perhaps now I can see my way to... Miss Hand.
Yes, Reverend. Throw a hand.
I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have sung in church this morning, but you gave me no chance to refuse.
That is true. You could hardly have refused.
Would you rather I stay away?
I will deny the house of God to no one, regardless of the consequences.
What consequences?
Well, the Reverend means that Sister Wright and some of the other old hens will raise plenty of fuss.
You'd be happier if I didn't come, wouldn't you?
I must leave that to your own conscience. But you will have my prayers, Miss Hand, my earnest prayers. Good night.
Good night, Reverend. Well, Marshal, you still think I can go anywhere?
It doesn't seem to bother you if you can't.
Well, perhaps that's because I understand how people feel and why.
But it does trouble you, doesn't it? You like the idea of going to church.
Yes, I do. I've always gone to church, and I like to sing there, too.
Well, then you go, and you'll sing, too.
While you cover the congregation with a gun, and Buffalo takes up the collection, I suppose.
Yes, if need be.
Well, you're the marshal.
You pack the only gun that's any use in this. I can't blast self-righteousness with a .45, but you sure can pepper it plenty with a handful of type.
That's an idea. Now, suppose I got up something like this. Paragraph. As the only folks in Dodge City that wears black and white as polecats and preachers, the public is hereby warned to take care while passing one on the street, because any self-respecting polecat is liable to turn ornery if mistook for a certain preacher in these parts, period. How's that?
I won't do it.
Won't do? Why not? What's the matter with it?
The Reverend's not really to blame. It's the women in the town that have got him scared, so you'll have to go after them.
Yeah? Well, maybe you think you could do better.
Maybe I could.
Well, why don't you try? You want to get a start in the newspaper, and here's your chance.
I'd like to try, if you could keep it quiet, because I wouldn't want it known
that Dora Hand had you roped, eh?
A woman's going to get a rope around me.
Don't worry. Nobody will know you wrote anything if it gets printed. Here. Use one side of the sheet, make a short. Fred, keep that press rolling.
Shall not embarrass our local Pharisees by repeating what he said in answer to the question.
Do you suppose Inky Wilkinson is referring to us?
It's possible that he is, Sister Wright. Quite possible.
There was a woman of our town who brought an alabaster box to the house of the Lord last Sunday. An alabaster box of precious songs.
You'll have to excuse me, Mrs. Brown.
What are you going to do about this outrage?
I'm going home to read the 8th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Luke. I advise you to do the same.
But, Reverend, there's considerable more in the paper.
Good morning, Mr. Masterson.
Good morning, Reverend. What's the matter? Anything wrong?
No. No, Marshal. There's nothing wrong except that which will be put right as soon as possible. I'm going to ask Miss Hand to come back and sing for us.
Huh?
Mr. Wilkinson's article opened my eyes to a great truth, Marshal. It's that man cannot be a Christian and a coward. I understand now how the men of this town feel about me, and they're right, quite right.
Well spoken, Sam.
Do you know, I haven't been called that since I was a kid at school.
There aren't two men in this town that have sand enough to know when they're wrong and do something about it. Come on, let's go over and tell her.
Oh, she isn't at the theater. She's at Haynes Crossing. Tending a sick child, I'm informed.
Haynes Crossing?
Mr. Masterson, it seems we may be entertaining an angel unawares.
Painted angel?
Are you certain the Reverend of his own free will?
Very certain.
Well, how did you know I was at Haynes Crossing?
It's my business to know things.
I know something myself.
Yes?
I know that you wrote that article in the Globe.
What makes you think that?
Inky Wilkinson couldn't have written it. No one else cared enough to do it. Thank you, Bat. Even though you don't approve of dance hall bells.
Well, they have their place in these plots, but I hate seeing you one. This is Boot Hill, the place where they bury unlucky men who get killed in gunfights.
Boot Hill? Yes, of course, you mentioned it in your editorial. Oh, you do so well as a newspaper man, Bat. Why don't you go east and try it?
I will one day.
One day? Why not now? Look, if it's just a matter of money, why,
It's a matter of not running out on my job.
Professional killer, a target in a shooting gallery. Can't you see what you're doing and how worthless it is? You're not protecting order and decency. You're protecting gamblers and liquor peddlers.
True, they get here first, and the marshal has to do the best he can with them. But then one day, somehow, there's a quiet town full of decent people.
And what chance will you have to see it? You'll be here on Boot Hill.
Maybe not, although there are some good men as well as bad here. There's one of them. I'm wearing his badge. He was the marshal before me.
Yes, and there's your place next to him, waiting for you. But you won't have a chance when Kennedy's men get to town. They've killed sheriffs and marshals wherever they've been.
I'll have something to say about that.
Yes, that means you'll do the killing. I hate to think of it.
You don't seem to like my job any better than I like yours.
But go east and do what you really want to do.
I took this job on account of the Kennedy outfit. I'm not leaving before they get here.
You can't touch him.
Why can't I? He's breaking an ordinance, isn't he?
He's brought thousands of steers. His business is worth a pile of cash to the town.
Unless I can arrest this one, I'll turn loose every man in jail.
Better let him alone, Bat, as long as he's just showing off. Of course, if he gets mean, that's different.
You can't run a town with law for some and none for others.
Well, there wouldn't be a town to run if it weren't for outfits like Kennedy's.
Oh, now, be reasonable, Bat. Kennedy's a rich young rip full of devilment and trail fever. Give him a chance to blow off steam.
Well, the mayor, I'll pin this badge back on if you'll take Kennedy's horse and hitch it outside.
Never mind, Doc. I'll do it. Hello, King. We certainly are proud to see the Crown K brand in Dodge City. How's your good father?
He's getting tougher every year, right? Tougher to live with.
I'll take your horse out and hitch him outside. It'll give you a better chance to get acquainted with the lady.
I sort of figured the marshal did chores like that in Dodge City. But then I guess he's pretty busy, keeping out of sight. Well, ladies, which of you could care for a full carriage?
Well,
I'm sure I could, Mr. Kennedy.
You could?
I sure could.
Good. Waddy Kearns. Yes, boss. What's it now, boss? It's just what you've been looking for, Waddy. Take it, my boy, and be happy. It's all the same to you. I'll take one that ain't Sim Swayback. How about you, sister?
it'll be a pleasure to have your company, Mr. Kearns.
Now, before you start sparking, Waddy, I want to see Wagner and Walker. You may want what you want. Hey, why won't I? Of course, they're both in the calaboose, along with Bill Cole, Tad Pearson, 12 more of the outfit. Are you drunk?
No more than about regular.
Did you tell your peace officers to gang up on my outfit, Kelly? There's 16 of them in the calaboose.
20.
20?
Yes, according to the last report, 20.
I'll bet 5. How many marshals have you rung in on us?
Rung in any on you, King. We're trying to avoid trouble. There's only one marshal in Dodge City.
Only one?
Yeah, only one. Bat Masterson. Raising you, Doc.
Where is this Bat Masterson?
He was here a short time ago. Must still be around.
I guess the marshal can wait. There's something more interesting in sight.
Why have you been avoiding me? I practically have to rope you to see you now.
Well, sweetheart, I don't remember meeting you. And you're talking out of turn. What is this, a lesson in company manners? I thought Texans were born with good manners. But if you're an exception, I'll do what I can for you. Reach, Kennedy.
If it's just a point in etiquette you're raising, Marshal, I have no objection to making this gentleman's acquaintance.
Want to meet him?
Yes, why not? I'm here to entertain visitors. And you've shown no great inclination for my company, have you?
All right, Kennedy. Take him down with your hat in him. Now I will allow myself the great pleasure of presenting you to Miss Hand, Mr. King Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy.
Lovely lady.
Well, you didn't learn that in Texas.
How was it, teacher?
Mr. Kennedy, Marshal Masterson.
Yes, so I gathered. How do you do?
Well, suppose we sit down now that the formalities are over.
I'd like to know where you learned to draw a gun, Marshal. I learned from Wyatt Earp. He taught me to draw fast and shoot slow, otherwise you wouldn't be here now.
Oh, bad. I don't think there's any occasion to be so grim.
I think there is. Listen, Kennedy. You're here with your pack of gunslingers to hunt peace officers for your personal sport. But you're not going to have any in Dodge City. No? No, because I'm making you responsible. If one of your men tangles with me and I live through it, I'll kill you on sight. So you think you'll run the town, huh? That's where you're wrong, Kennedy. You're going to run the town. I? Yes, as far as your own outfit is concerned. And you'll begin tomorrow by giving your men orders to check their guns whenever they come into a saloon. Yeah? And what about the other outfits? Who's making them put up their guns? Your outfit. I've a notion they'll not see anyone else carrying a gun while their own belts are on the wall. Well, I'll be... You win, Masterson. A amount of nerve would lick anybody. It looks like I'm the chief deputy marshal of Dodge City, man.
Yes. Don't you think he should have a badge?
Yes. Pin that on your chuck wagon.
Oh, bad.
I will. I guess I should apologize for horning in on you two. You didn't horn in, Kennedy. There's hands here for your entertainment. Not for mine. Have a good time. Are you his girl?
No. No, I'm afraid he doesn't approve of dance hall bells.
Why was he so sore? Because you wanted to meet me?
Well, that's nonsense. Come on, let's dance. You waltz beautifully. Where did you learn that?
Vienna.
Vienna.
My father sent me there to school. I was only 12, though.
Did you like it?
No. They had too many rules about everything for a kid who was raised on a ranch.
I guess trying to make anything but a Texan out of you was a waste of your father's money.
Yeah, I got fired.
Hello, Artie. Womening, are you?
Sure thing, Bob. In the spring, a young man's fancy. Mighty fancy.
How about a boxing?
I'm here for your entertainment.
Yeah, so I'm told.
It might be expensive.
Name your own price, ma'am.
Well, it's that you keep your word to Bat Masterson and make your men hang up their guns.
Sure smells good, Annie. I wish I was sick.
Is it ready?
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one she'll eat for, Miss Dora. And may God bless you. The doctor said if it wasn't for you, she wouldn't be here.
Oh, nonsense. King, will you come here a minute? Annie. Hello. Hello, Annie. Would you like to play mousy again? Hmm? All right. Here we go. Mousy, 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 mousy. What do you know? It's all gone, and I never even felt a nibble. Well, I'll get him next time. Just watch and see. Mousy, 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 mousy. Oh! No more left. Wait till I get that mouse.
Hello, Mrs. Logan.
Hello, Doctor.
Entertaining today, I see, huh?
Sure, and if I am, it's an angel of God I'm entertaining.
Hello, King. You here?
Hi, Doc.
Well, how's our little patient today?
Oh, pretty well, Doctor. She finished almost all her soup.
Say, how do you expect me to make a living with you around here, huh? Hello, Annie.
Now, let's have a great big one, hmm? Here we go. Now, once more, dear. You're doing fine, Annie.
Just continue the same treatment, Mrs. Logan, and I'll be in tomorrow. Goodbye, Annie.
Doctor, what do you really think?
She'll need great care. I'm afraid of the lungs.
We'll do what we can.
I know you will. Oh, if we only had a hospital in Dodge City. Well,
Hospital?
I didn't figure on spending the day like that, Dora.
Well, it's not over yet, and there'll be others, won't there?
Not too soon. I'm going to St. Louis tomorrow.
Oh. Let's pull over to the lake for a while. Will you be gone long?
No, but long enough to get you something pretty, I reckon.
Oh, what?
Maybe a diamond bracelet.
A diamond bracelet. How exciting and how expensive.
What difference does it make?
It makes a lot of difference.
Why?
Because I'd rather have the money than the bracelet.
One minute you're a saint, the next you're a Front Street belle.
And which do you want me to be?
Don't fool with me, Dora. like me, don't you? Just a little?
Yes, part of me does. But I'm afraid it's the front street bell. Come in. Oh, Bat. How nice to see you. Come in.
I've been sent over to bring you to the opening of the new hospital.
Oh, well, I've already told the committee I'm not going to the opening. I'll see the hospital tomorrow.
But I have orders to bring you over.
Orders? From whom?
Little Annie. She said to use these if necessary.
Oh. Well, in that case, I won't disappoint her. Sit down. You been busy?
Not very.
Why haven't you been over to see me?
You seem to be too busy to have time for me.
The king, I suppose. You disapprove of that?
It's not for me to disapprove of anything you do.
You don't find me very attractive, do you?
Yes, I do.
That's something. Unhook me, please.
Huh?
Oh, don't be afraid. I'll get in back of the screen at the proper moment. No, up here.
My thumbs are too big.
It's easy to see you have no sisters.
Oh, I'm sorry, dearie.
All right.
What is this, Marshal, a pinch?
Yes, with every hook, Daisy. He'll have them branded on me before he gets through.
I came to borrow a curling pin.
Oh, well, help yourself. You know where they are.
Thanks.
All right.
Oh, there you are.
Well, thank you. You don't take much interest in girls, do you?
A man who's apt to get shot any night has no business being interested in girls.
Bat, you've tamed the Texans. If you gave up your badge now, they couldn't say that you ran out, could they?
I guess not.
Then if you had an offer of the job you wanted, would you take it?
Yeah, I might. Why not?
What is it?
You look so different.
Do I?
And yet just the same.
Oh, you know it's men like you who make it difficult for girls like me, Marshal. You see through the paint. Here, help me.
More hooks?
I'm afraid so.
Thank you. Will you excuse me, please? Oh, hello, Miss Dora.
Hi.
Hello, Miss Dora. I'm sure glad to see you.
Well, thank you. You and Mrs. Hancock are the first church ladies on duty, I see.
Yes, the Reverend drew lots for the opening, and we won.
Oh, how sweet you look in your costume.
Oh, thank you. Miss Dora, go on.
You do.
Brother Wright, Sister Wright. Very creditable, isn't it?
Yes, very.
You both know Miss Hancock.
Yes, of course. Of course. How do you do?
How are you?
Here's a little Annie.
Oh, good evening, Miss Dora.
Good evening. Oh, Annie, what on earth are you doing?
Mrs. Hancock said to look as sick as I could because it's opening night, and I'm the only patient.
I see. You know, it's getting harder every day for you to look sick, but keep on trying tonight.
All right.
Goodbye, Miss Logan. Good night, Miss Dora.
night.
Good night, folks.
Gentlemen, it's a fine achievement.
A fine achievement indeed. Thanks to you, Miss Dora.
We'd like to have you change your mind, Dora.
You're right, Mr. Wilkinson. It would give me great satisfaction to announce from my pulpit that only Miss Ann's donation made this hospital possible.
Yeah, I guess it would, Reverend. From what I hear, you've been getting a little tough with the sisters of late.
You ain't gonna announce nothing from your pulpit, Reverend, until after I've published it in the Globe.
You're sweet. But no, gentlemen. You see, the money didn't come from me. It came from Front Street. And I only helped to raise it.
Well, I'm sorry, Miss Ann. It's a pity.
Good night, gentlemen.
Till Sunday, then?
Well, not next Sunday, Reverend. I'm going away for a few days. Good night.
Good night, Dora.
Good night.
I'll remind you of a letter I wrote you 5 years ago.
I'd rather you didn't, Uncle. If I remember correctly, it reached me in Paris when I was...
After you'd run away from your family. Under the impression you had a voice.
Yes, it turned out it wasn't good enough for opera after all. Do you mind if I sit down?
If you think I'm unaware of your mode of existence, you're mistaken. Why are you here?
I want you to give someone a job on your paper.
You expect me to hire anyone on your recommendation?
Perhaps this will be a better one. After you read it, I'm sure you'll admit the writer has unusual ability.
I don't deny they show some promise.
Then write the letter now. At once. That's what's important.
Why?
Because this man is a peace officer. A target for every desperado in Dodge City. And I want him out of it before he's killed.
I see. You're in love with this man.
Yes.
And I don't have to tell you?
You don't have to tell me anything, Uncle. Just to suit your own purposes, you forced me into a marriage that I couldn't endure. Now you're going to do what I say, because if you don't, you and your precious family will see my name, my real name, plastered over every honky-tonk in this country.
So this is your gratitude for being brought up like my own daughter.
Will you write that letter, Uncle?
I will on one condition. That you never again show your face in Kansas City. If this man comes here, he comes alone.
Write the letter.
Howdy, King. Glad to see you back in town. Have it on the house.
Oh, thanks, Ike.
Hello, King. How in St. Louis?
Oh, all right, I guess. Seen Dora?
She's not here. She's away.
Away? Where?
I don't know. Won't be back till Monday.
Oh. Well, I've got to see Waddy Kearns.
Oh, wouldn't you buy a girl a drink? So, I'm not good enough to drink with you, but Dora Hand is. That's a laugh, if you knew it.
If I knew what?
Take a drink with the lady, maybe she'll tell you.
Anything you say about Dora, it better be true. Couple of drinks, Ike.
Oh, make mine a bottle of wine, Ike. And send it to a table. I don't feel like standing at a bar tonight, somehow.
Well, what have you got to say?
All I've got to say is Dora Hand's making a fool of you behind your back.
How?
Bat Masterson?
That doesn't stack up with what I've seen.
Maybe it would if you'd have seen him acting lady's maid in her dressing room.
What are you saying?
I went in to borrow a curling pin and, well...
Here your drinks, Mr. Kennedy.
Give her 2 bits, King.
Why, dearie, that's more than you've made all week. Sorry to see you in such low company, Mr. Kennedy.
All right, go on. When did this happen?
The night before she went away. And the funniest part of it is, Bat Masterson has your whole outfit working for him. Making every cowhand in a joint hang up his guns.
Yeah, maybe that is the funniest part of it. But there won't be anything funny about the way you look if you're lying.
I told you what I seen with my own eyes. And I know she was after Bat before you came here.
Yeah?
Oh, what do you care about a stuck-up hypocrite like Dora? You've got all the money you want. You can get any girl you want just for whistling. Oh, King, you wouldn't have to whistle hard at me.
Masterson. Hello, King.
Yes?
You trying to make a fool out of me?
I don't know what you mean.
I mean with Dora.
Oh, if that's what's bothering you, no, I'm not.
I hear different.
From whom?
That's my business. I'm warning you to stay away from Dora.
You're not warning me about anything. I don't take warnings. Besides, there's nothing to warn me about.
Yeah, I've only your word for that.
You'll have Dora's as well on Monday. So hang up your guns and have a drink.
On Monday, maybe.
Look, King, I hate to see a man rile himself up about nothing. So I'll tell you I'm in no fix to make trouble for you that way. Maybe I wish I was, but I'm not.
I guess you got what you wanted, Bat.
Yes, dog.
Well, I don't aim to stop you. Not after taming those panhandle panthers the way you did. But we sure hate to see you go.
I won't be going until you find another man to take my place.
And that won't be easy. They don't make many like you, Bat. Come in.
Oh, glad to see you again.
Dora! Well, you're a sight for sore eyes.
How are you, Bat?
Hello. Well, now you're back. I'll have to change the order of the show. I'll see you later. Bat's got something he wants to tell you.
Oh, yes?
This came to Inky Wilkinson from the Kansas City Clarion. It's the offer of a job.
No, how wonderful. Our interest has been aroused by your recent editorial, A Woman of the Town. Well,
If that had been written to me, I'd have thought you had something to do with it.
I had something to do with it.
You did? What?
I was the woman of the town, wasn't I?
That's right. You were the woman of the town. You were, but you're not anymore. I'm going to take the job, and I'm going to take you away with me.
Oh, no, Bat, no.
Can't you see I'm asking you to marry me?
I know. I know that, but...
But what?
Well...
Is it that you don't care for me?
No, it isn't that bad. I do care for you, but...
But it's Kennedy.
Yes, perhaps it is.
I see.
Good luck, Bat.
Since the train got in.
King, what are you doing here?
Waiting for you.
I've been in Dodd Kelly's office.
I thought maybe you were with Bat Masterson.
Well, as a matter of fact, Bat was there.
And I guess you've got your story pretty straight by now. Go on, tell it.
What are you trying to say?
You've been playing around with Bat Masterson behind my back.
You've been drinking too much. You're imagining things.
I am I? Maybe I'm imagining that he played lady's maid to you in this room.
No. No, that isn't your imagination. Neither yours nor Daisy Davenport's.
You made me tell my men to hang up their guns. On his account?
On your account. I was afraid if you didn't hang them up, he might kill you.
Do you expect me to believe that?
I can't make you believe anything you don't want to.
There's a way you can.
How?
By marrying me. Today, at once.
Marrying you?
I'm not fooling. And I warn you against fooling with me.
Well, you might at least tell me you care for me before you ask me a question like that. I told you I didn't want that bracelet.
Dora.
King, you must give me some time.
What for? If you prefer this to what I can give you, I'll know why. so will Bat Masterson. Remember, he's only alive because I gave my promise to you. And he'll only stay alive if you give your promise to me.
All right, King, I will marry you, but not now, not today, in 2 months.
In 2 months?
Yes, I have a contract with Don Kelly till then. He's been good to me. I can't run out on him.
Are you sure there's nothing else?
No, King, there's nothing else.
All right. I'm buying up your contract with Kelly. Have you seen Dog Kelly?
Well, he was backstage a little while ago. I don't know where he went.
Oh, Dog, I want to talk to you.
Huh? What about?
I'm marrying Dora.
You marrying Dora?
Yeah. And I want to buy up a contract.
Well, no, that ain't so convenient this late in the season.
I'll give you $5,000.
It ain't a question of money. I got to have a show.
She's marrying me, and I'm not seeing her being pawed by my own cowhands around here. I'll give you $10,000.
I told you it ain't a question of money.
No, I guess it isn't. Did she tell you not to sell her contract?
She said nothing about her contract.
All right, then name your own price.
There's no price for it. I got personal reasons for not wanting to see her go.
Oh, you have you? Don't tell me she's been double-crossing me with you, too.
Right.
Laddie. Laddie. You killed him. Why are you dead?
Put him up.
My dog was worth 4 of you.
Keep him up. That's enough, Dog. On your way to the calaboose, Kennedy. You standing for this? Get your guns.
Not unless you aim to see him go home feet first. Take him down now.
Bearing my feelings, are you? Well, you needn't bother.
Take him down. It's not your feelings I'm bothering about.
Well, I don't care where they are until there's a gun on them again. No man can slap my face and stay living.
There's only one reason you stay living, and I advise you not to forget it.
How long do you think the boys will let me stay here?
At least until the court opens tomorrow morning. That's the deadline. We want Kennedy. I advise you not to come and get him.
Turn him loose, Masterson. We're taking him back to camp with us.
You're not taking him anywhere, Wagner. My first slug's for you. Walker, you get the second one.
Hold on. I'm settling this. You can't lock up Kennedy, and you know it.
What makes you think he isn't locked up?
He's worth a fortune to this town. Turn him loose.
Who's telling me?
I am. I helped hire you, and I can fix it to fire you. Give me the key.
All right. There's law here for $1 million boss or a $30 buckaroo. Anyone else who wants his share can have it now. Want to see Kennedy? You'll find him in Judge Blackman's court tomorrow morning.
Jury, have you reached a verdict?
The jury, being composed of non-residents of the state of Kansas, is disqualified. Stand up. Have you anything to say?
Yes, I'm sorry. About the dog.
$100 for breach and 30 days in jail for contempt of court.
30 days in jail?
However, as this community has lost its taste for your company, it would be satisfactory if you absent yourself from the city limits for that period of time or longer. Otherwise, the marshal has instructions to arrest you on sight.
Pay the clerk. Next case.
Robert Wright.
Looking for me?
Yeah, King sent us back. He wants you to get him 2 tickets to St. Louis on tonight's train.
Tonight? Do you mean to say Kennedy's coming back here tonight?
He sure is, and he ain't coming back alone, neither.
Yes, sir, this town's gonna get a sure enough hoolowing. It'll make it look like a cyclone hit her twice.
Well, that's none of my business. When do you want the tickets?
Oh, there ain't no hurry for 'em. We're meeting outfit across the bridge after dark.
So that we can tell Kennedy where Bat Masterson's located before we start in.
That's no concern of mine. Be in the Alhambra at 6 o'clock and I'll have the tickets for you. Why does Kennedy want 2 tickets? Who's going with him?
We don't know.
All right. What happens to Masterson isn't my affair. But I'd pay $1,000 for his badge as the souvenir of a night in jail. If you see any of the boys, you can tell them what I said.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea if we got a hold of that 1,000 before we see the boys.
That's what I was thinking. I wonder where Bat Masterson might be right now.
Let's take a look around.
Did you have any trouble with Kennedy?
No trouble at all. Just rounded up his outfit and left town.
You drew on him twice and let him go. Third time you might be sorry.
I was sorry the second time. On your account, dog. If it hadn't been for Dora, I'd have let him have it.
That's the best reason I know for knocking off the coyote. Oh, why can't a woman have some sense?
You don't look so good this afternoon, dog. Inflammation. I'm keeping you here a couple of days. What? Unless you want an injured arm the rest of your life.
Here among them kids?
No, of course not. Bat, will you please tell Mrs. Brown that Dog Kelly is going to occupy the guest room upstairs?
Glad to.
Thanks. All right, dog, come on.
All right.
Say, I thought you were a patient.
No, I'm a nurse. I'm quite well now, thank you.
Indeed she is. She's going home tomorrow.
Oh, I thought I'd find Mrs. Brown here.
Well, I've relieved her. My time is 4 to 6.
Miss Dora made me this dress for a sou? A sou?
A souvenir. There you are, Florence Nightingale.
Doc Sears said he was keeping Mayor Kelly in the upstairs room.
Did you hear that, nurse? Tell him we'll be up in a minute.
Why?
Aye. Come on, there's work to be done.
Hello, Buck. Oh, blast it. I've been trailing you so long, my feet are plumb flat.
What for, Buff?
Walking and Wagner are gunning for you. I overheard Bob Bright figuring out loud that he'd pay $1,000 to anyone that brung in your marshal's badge.
Did? Where are they now?
I ain't know him. But Wright said he'd meet him in Alhambra at 6.
Thanks, old-timer. Keep your eye open for them and meet me at the back door of the Alhambra in about an hour.
I'll be there, partner.
Now close your eyes and take a nap.
Beth, you're not going to meet them.
Of course I am. I have a job to do.
But you're through with that. There are 2 of them. You won't have a chance.
I have a chance. Plenty of chance.
You want to kill them. Don't you see what this is doing to you? You want to kill.
I didn't kill Kennedy.
Is that on my account?
Maybe.
That I lied about King. I don't love him. I love you. true, I swear it. Don't risk your life again. Take me away with you now, tonight. Don't you believe me?
Even if I did believe you, I still must go.
You must go. Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's the tin they put in these things. Maybe it's something the marshals before me put in them. I don't know. But in any case, I'm going.
I'm going with you.
No. Your job's here. Mine's at the Alhambra.
Wagner's at the bar and Walker's at the table by the door.
Figuring to have me between them.
So I'm blasting Walker as soon as he starts moving.
No, that's no good. That would look as though we murdered them.
How come?
Who else knows they're gunning for me?
Reckon there ain't nobody else. Holy polecats! What chance does that leave you?
One, maybe.
What's that?
They don't know I know. You better leave old Sharp outside.
You behave a while.
Looks like you forgot to hang up your gun. I didn't mean to frighten you.
I reckon you didn't scare me, Masterson. And I didn't forget to hang up my gun.
No? And I'll hang it up for you.
Partner, I'm sure glad you fixed them two rattlesnakes. That was the worstest minute in all my life.
Well, Buffalo, remove the corpus delicti.
Who's that?
That was Wagner, and that was Walker.
Any objection?
This is no concern of mine, Masterson.
Hold on, Bat, don't lose your head.
It's no concern of mine, Masterson. I came here to see Dog Kelly.
He's in bed with a wounded arm. And you'd better get out of here. Bat, are you all right?
Yes?
You'd better hurry over to Dora's dressing room right away, because he's waiting to hear about you.
Thanks.
Bat.
It was true.
Yes.
Why did you let me
Oh,
think?
don't talk about that. Let's just be glad we're together.
Oh, Dora, I have something here for you. You drink this.
Oh, thank you, Doc.
Everything all right, Miss Dora?
Yes.
You know it doesn't seem like Kennedy sending those men here to murder you in cold blood.
It wasn't Kennedy, it was Bob Wright.
George was. I overheard him myself in the stackyard say he'd pay $1,000 cash for Bat's badge.
But I thought both Walker and Wagner had left town with Kennedy.
He sent him back for Wright to buy him 2 train tickets.
2 train tickets?
Dora, I have a hunch Kennedy's coming back here tonight to try to take you away with him.
Well, I'm not going.
Of course you're not. But we'll be ready for him and his whole outfit.
You mean he's coming here to shoot up the town?
Exactly. So you go to Judge Blackman and get him to swear in some deputies.
Right.
And Buff, you go to the jail. Bring back some coiled wire.
Sure, partner.
And you go to Dog Kelly's room and lock yourself in. No one will look for you there. And I don't want you to come out or unlock the door unless the building's on fire.
All right, I won't.
All right. Where's Dog Kelly?
In bed. Doc Sears said he has a wounded arm.
It'd be much worse when I get through with him. No man can slap my face and live to brag about it.
You better make sure of Masterson first.
We'll take care of him. All right, men, you know what to do. Come on.
back the way you came. Go on, hurry up. Come on out, old Killian. Kenny, how did you get here?
Mr. Kelly sent me to get his nightshirt, but King Kennedy won't let me get it.
Kennedy, where is he?
He's upstairs and I'm scared.
Give up. Come on. Come out of your hole, dog, Kelly, and come out shooting. Come on out, Kelly. Your gun on's all right. Come again, Masterson. Come again. It's my drop this time.
Dora. Dora.
He thought I was Dog Kelly.
Don't try to talk. Just lie quietly and I'll get Doc's ears.
No. Darling. We have so little time. Bat, promise me. Promise me you're through with killing.
You mustn't ask that of me.
Promise me. Promise me. Promise.
All right. All right, I promise you.
Kiss me.
Marshal.
What do you want, Masterson? I want Kennedy.
Hold on.
What is this? You going local? I want Kennedy for the murder of Dora Hand.
Dora Hand? Wait here.
Hey, Kennedy, someone to see you.
Yeah, what about?
That's for him to tell you.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I ain't hankered for any talk until I heard you talk to him.
Well, Masterson,
Bringing you in, Kennedy.
yeah? Maybe you are and maybe you're not. I guess I got Dog Kelly or you wouldn't be here.
You didn't get Dog Kelly.
No?
You killed Dora.
What are you saying?
You killed her. She was behind the door.
You're lying, you dirty.
Drop it, Kennedy.
You're lying, Pat. I know you're lying or you'd kill me.
She made me promise not to kill you.
There is nothing for me to say here except what all of you are saying in your hearts. We loved her, and she was worthy of our love. Let that be the epitaph of Dora Hand. I don't pretend to know whether she was a greater sinner or a better Christian than any of us. But I do know that her presence among us was due to some mysterious purpose on the part of God Almighty. Into whose hands I now commend her spirit, the sure and certain hope of her resurrection unto eternal life. Amen.
Buff, there was a moment when I had her all to myself.
Partner, there's some moments can stay with a man for the rest of his life.